Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Zaku Talku podcast. My name is Mark, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-hosts, Garcil and Jose. And today, we will be moving on to part 2 of our commentary on Mobile Suit Gundam Double Zeta. And in this batch of episodes, we watched from episode 16 to 31, and Garcil.
All right, so last episode, we weren't big fans of the comedy shift, right?
Yeah, no, it was shit.
So in these parts, it kept a bit of the comedy for at least half of it, but there was a very noticeable shift into a much more I would say darker theme.
Yeah.
So for you, I know I started enjoying it a lot more. What about you guys?
Yes, I mentioned to you guys multiple times, and you guys were making fun of me because I kept saying that it's picking up, it's picking up, it's picking up.
You said it like 5 times, dude.
Yeah,
it was picking up.
What did he say? What did you say? You're like, let me save you the trouble. It's getting good, guys.
Yeah.
It is. It was. You know, the shift was felt to the point where at the last part when we were watching the episodes, I found myself not wanting to continue multiple times. I put it off over and over again, and I really didn't want to watch them. But when we watched this batch, I definitely was engaged, and I wanted to continue watching them, and I think I marathoned through most of it in a day. So if that is any indication of how much I liked this more, then yeah, I guess it's as good as any. I was actually wanting to watch it.
All right, so for me, from episode 16 through 19, it was still like trash. It just felt like shit was happening, and I still wasn't really invested in the characters. I wasn't vibing with them, and I don't know. It was still a hassle to get from those episodes up to 20. 20 is like where I stopped for a little bit, but then I decided it was like, okay, I'm just going to try to power through 20 through 31, which actually I ended up doing today.
Yeah,
and
bring that up.
Yeah, it was a lot easier to get through than the other episodes were. So from 16 to 19, it was meh. From 20 to 31, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I started moving away from certain opinions, but I mean, like, mostly because it's just that things started really happening, and it felt like there wasn't a lot of downtime, which was a good thing, because it kind of made me forget, like, all my prior complaints. So the stimulation, brought the distraction. But overall, I have pretty good feelings about it. Oh, like you guys were saying, it's actually kind of funny this time because they like spaced their humor out, and it actually kind of hit.
I mean, I think all right. So we all started liking the show a lot more, and also in the last part, we were all fairly divided on our main hero. And in this part, he does go through a lot more, at least personal growth. So, Arpezo, let's start with you, since you hated him a lot more than I did. Has there been any shift in you liking him?
Yes, I would say that there has been. But like you said, it's because a lot of things happened, and he started having to somewhat act a little bit differently. It kind of seemed like he just became a little bit of a different character. Like, there are certain things... Okay, no, what they did in this part, like in these batches of episodes, is what I was missing throughout the first part. Like, if they just said this throughout the first part, then I would have been more sympathetic to his character, and I would have, like, kind of thrown him a bone and be like, okay, I can understand. I can sympathize with that. That's fine. I'll let that slide. But they didn't do that. And with that, I'm referring to, in these batches of episodes, Bright is like, there's a point in which Bright is talking, like, to Judah, like, he's wondering if he's gonna abandon them, and like, oh, once you save your sister, are you gonna save Gus and just dip? And, he's kind of just like, I don't remember exactly what he said, but I think he's like, that's kind of my point, but, I might stay, I might go, you never know. And then he was kind of worried about that, but then he went to go talk to Rue, Luca, and, was Ellie? That's her name, right?
Elle.
The blonde chick. Or what was his blonde chick's name?
Elle. E-L-L-E.
Eddie. Yeah. Sometimes it's a struggle, not trying to read these names and since it's not English dubbed, I'm just fumbling with pronunciations. But still, they like clarify to Bright that like, oh no, he's childish, but at the end of the day, he does care. See, I felt like that was lacking throughout the first part. And I know that there's like something to be said about like, oh, you have to watch the character and take into what they do. But at the end of the day, that's just like a lot of speculation that's just left to us. And he just left a lot of like a big bad taste in my mouth in terms of like likability that I just couldn't just throw him a bone and just be okay with him. So that's why I was bagging on him like last time. But with like those little explanations and kind of like people, through other characters telling us how he is and what he is and his motivations, along with us just straight up knowing that he ultimately wants to save his sister, and wants to prove something in that, like he came to say that he wants to kick everybody's ass so he can bring them peace, basically, which I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, hey, that's a nifty way of going about it. I like that. He's being honest with himself, and that's something that I've always liked about his character, is that he's pretty honest with himself, especially when it came to calling out his former friend, or his friends who are still cucks, and I don't like them for shit. Frickin' what is his name? Bicha and Mando or Bondo or whatever the crap his name is, the brown kid.
What? None of them are brown.
He's like a short brown kid, isn't he? He's like a short brown kid with a bowl cut.
I wouldn't say he's brown. Regardless.
Garcelle said he's brown, so he gets it.
he's like Mexican toned.
Well, point being, yeah, him and Beacha being beaches. He called them out, and I appreciated that. Like Rue was like, no, it was Ellie or Eddie, or however you say her name, Blondie, that was trying to be like, oh, but they're friends. Why are you turning your back on them? He's like, I don't give a shit if they're our friends. They'd turn their back on us. Are they here now? Huh? And he got her. Was like, got him. And he had some real moments, so I appreciated that about him. So overall, he was generally a lot more likable this time around. And this time, when he slapped someone, particularly a woman, it was for a purpose. So I'm okay with that. He's not slapping and punching chicks anymore just for kicks. So like Fa and who else was it? Oh, he was strangling glasses earlier. Yeah. So, oh no, was that in this batch of episodes? No, it was the last one, right? Yeah, I think it was. Well, yeah. Point is, he did that, and we've moved past that now. Now he does it with a purpose, and it's justified. So, anyway, yeah. Overall, I like him. He's not my favorite, but there are definitely aspects to him that I do like. I really appreciate, and they're kind of different from like the first two protagonists, from Camille and Amuro. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see what you guys touch on too. But overall, I have pretty positive thoughts about him mostly at this point.
Well, in fairness, you covered most of what I would have said about Judo. Aside from I was a lot more neutral on Judo. By the end of the first batch, I was a bit neutral, and I was only bagging on him because Mark said he liked them.
Yeah, same. I was just bagging on him like crazy just because Mark was like, "Oh, I gotta defend his honor." Like, dude, that fool's a freaking wife beater without the nasty shirt. He has no honor.
I thought you said you like sweater guys. He's wearing a yellow sweater under that jacket.
No, it's a shirt. And if not, he's covering it with the jacket. So that's already a sin against me. And a sin against that sweater, which is probably nice. But, he decided to cover it up with a jacket, so who would know?
Well, either way, I do feel like Judo might become one of my favorite characters by the end, if his personal growth continues like it has been. I don't think he'll ever top Camille, but yeah, I think I could probably put him in the top 10, for now anyways.
Wasn't it funny how...
There's only been 3.
Hey,
yeah, that's
series in my personal time.
Okay.
I think I could still barely even make a 5.
Either way, Mark, funny when Mark sent that screenshot of Bright saying like, "Oh, he's not the kind of person that would that would lie and steal things. And that's what he did, like, in the last batch of episodes.
He didn't steal anything.
He
He
took
brought
the
it back.
freaking...
He borrowed it.
Listen,
Yeah, if you...
I'm not gonna
Okay,
hold him.
borrowing without asking is stealing. Why don't I go borrow something from Best Buy, and I'll promise to take it back?
Hey, cops can borrow cars if they need to catch a criminal. Judo borrowed a highly advanced mobile suit to catch a criminal.
And Mr. Wong
Yeah, but
sucks.
Judo's not
I'm
a-
glad that he kicked him in the nuts. I fucking hate him.
So, Judo, last time I didn't have an issue with, well, I had a couple issues with him, but it was more the tone of the series, not necessarily Judo as a character. And since the tone shifted this batch of episodes, it's just made me like Judo even more. He has a drastically different personality than Amuro and Camille, in the fact that he's more, I guess, goofy and
Childish.
not necessarily childish, but like he projects his opinions more. Like Camille he'd be disobedient, but he was never really vocal about his ambitions or anything. He was just kind of defiant. Same with Amuro, but Judo, he's just telling everyone on the ship what he believes and why he does the things that he does, and he's not really rude like the other two, where he does some dumb things, but it's kind of more so out of character for him than in character like it was for the other two. And I appreciate his like he has like some weird honor code where the people on the Argama are his family now, and he acts like he doesn't necessarily think that way, but his actions say otherwise. When he's always trying to save them, he always puts them first over himself. Even though he says, "Oh, I'm doing this for myself." Yeah, well, not necessarily. Like, for instance, in this batch of episodes, we saw Rue take off, and even though something tragic had just happened to Judo, he still was determined to bring her back because, she's part of the crew. She's an important member and she's one of his friends. And I mean, that kind of encapsulates his character, and I like that about him. He's one of my favorites so far, unless Amuro can top him, and the next movie, he probably beats Amuro in my eyes. But
Blasphemy.
But no, I really, the tone shift was what it needed, really, because he's become a way better character since then. I don't know, it's just really hard to... Anyways, I like Judo.
Alright, let's clarify this. He's still not better than Camille at hand-to-hand.
Okay.
He's not.
No, he is.
Just because he got one kick against Mr. Wong doesn't mean shit.
So when I sent that...
He wasn't even scared of him. When you said, you were like...
Hold on.
He's scared of him. No, he's not.
When you said... When I sent that picture of Camille, or not Camille, Judo beating up Wong, and you said Camille took it because he was like trying to be obedient, I went back and rewatched that scene, and Camille throws the first punch and tries to beat up Wong, and Wong like Ultra Instinct dodges it and then punches Camille back. Judo Ultra Instinct dodges it immediately, Wong's punch, and then knees him in the gut. He's a way better fighter. He had that instinct immediately.
Hell no. He's not a bullet timer. He didn't dodge point blank gunfire. He ain't shit.
Not yet.
What I said.
Camille grew up in like a rich household, upper class, maybe something like that.
He has formal training.
He has no training. Listen, Judo.
They mentioned that he did like karate or some shit.
Fuck you.
We saw him get a fight. In the first episode, he gets punched in the face like right away.
Drowned by that one chick and then Marshmallow. Yeah, no, this guy ain't shit. He just got one lucky kick against Mr. Wong.
No.
And now you guys are saying that he's
comatose right.
Watch, he's gonna come out of that.
God, I feel.
And then he's gonna kick the head right off of Judo.
No,
he's gonna one-shot him.
Judo's gonna be the one that's
Judo has not one-shotted anybody.
What? He one-shots everyone.
Right, enough.
No, that's not true.
All right. Let's move on. No more Camille.
But I will say about Judo though, while we're still like kind of talking about him, in these episodes, I thought that like his mobile suit combat was super good. Like I'll definitely say that he's so far definitely better than Camille at that, in my opinion. And I want to say that and I want to say he's at least like probably on par with what we saw from Amuro, in my opinion, or maybe like at least like on par, maybe even better, to be honest. And he's a lot more merciless. He just kills people and he's down with it. Camille was always like, I'm not trying to kill anybody, until he becomes bloodlusted.
So we're having fun. Let's bring it down a little bit. Mark, you mentioned a tragic event, right?
Yeah.
Right. So the Lena rescue arc that took quite a long time,
but it wasn't an arc.
Whatever, Mark.
That's what I was trying to. I was like, "What are you guys talking about? It's not an arc. It's like a plot
I didn't
point."
say it.
You said it. You're actually the one who said it.
That's a fucking lie, dude. It was Garcelle. He's like, this arc is taking too long.
Overarching event, whatever.
Yeah, I
16 episodes. All right, it was captured for 16 episodes.
Are you mad that they focused on it, or are you mad that it happened and it didn't get resolved quickly?
I'm just saying it took a while.
Okay, well, continue.
Anyways, at the end of it all, Judo does rescue Lena at a cost. Mark, take it away.
So, this is a good episode, I think. So, up until this point, our heroes go down to Earth, and they're in Africa, and there's multiple events that occur, and a lot of character development happens. But one of the main things, and the reason why they're there, is that Axis has gotten a hold of some troops in Dakar, which, if you remember... Huh?
They've taken the whole capital.
Yeah, and if you remember, that's where Char did his speech.
Yeah.
So it's cool throwback. But anyways, so they kind of took hold of that city, and they're throwing a party to gather some investors. And at this party, Judo infiltrates, and he's there to rescue Lena. He knows she's there, and he grabs her. But while he's escorting her out of the building that they're at, she gets shot by Haman, and the rescue efforts take too long. She ends up dying. I'm putting that in quotation mark. You can't see my air quotes, but I'm putting that in air quotes. And
we are audio friendly.
Yeah, we're only audio exclusivity. So
for now.
Yeah, for now. So this scene, so this ends up like wrecking Judo, and that's the tragic scene I was referencing. Is that Lena apparently dies at the hands of a crashed mobile suit, of all things. Explodes a tent she was in, and he honestly rebounded from it a lot quicker than I thought he was going to. But it definitely sets the tone. What?
I honestly did not think he was going to recover in the last.
I did not. No, I did not. So
I'm glad he did.
Yeah, I'm glad he did. It kind of shows his resolve. But anyways, yeah, so this scene's pretty sad. He finally gets her back, and the same episode she dies. So
let me just say that I called it.
Called what?
Yes, Jose, we all know you like it when little kids die.
No, but I did like it, but not for the purpose of because I hated her or anything. I actually really liked Lena. I thought she was a cute little sister character that
she was smart.
Made you...
She was playing Glemmy that whole time.
Mm-hmm. When they're trying to get out, and one of the Zeon troops stops them, she just straight up says you guys are fuck. What'd you say?
I'm taking so and so somewhere because it's been commanded by so and so, one of the higher ups and whatnot. And she was so convincing. She was like a politician right there, and she won the guy over, and he was like, "Oh, thank you. We're so happy to have you with us, Miss Lena." And then he lets her slip by, and then Glemmy's slow ass is coming right behind them, and he's like, "Where did she go?" And then he's like, "She went that way." No, wait, he didn't even sell her out.
This is all while she shot too.
Yeah, she played it off like a little champion.
So
she's a good kid character. She's the ideal kid character. And like I was saying, it was really good. It felt like it was something that we really needed. Just maybe me, but
oh my God.
I really liked it that she died. As morbid as that sounds, now hear me out real quick. It's because of the story purposes and how it drives Judah a lot more. How it impacts him, how it changes and shifts his character and strengthens him. I didn't feel like I had all of that before, but with this, it was exactly the push that he needed, and the push that we needed as an audience. I guess speaking for myself, in order to like really be able to 100% get behind him. Like now, I don't think he's just some stock-nosed kid that just tells everybody off and just tries to act cool and acts and just is some beast at Mobile Suit Combat. Now he's got his tragic upbringing, I guess, or his tragic background story to really put weight to him. And I really liked it. It was the perfect thing that his character, in my opinion, kind of needed.
I like the scene after.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I thought that was pretty cool. Like, it kind of showed him where he's in his cockpit. He locks himself in one of the core fighters for I don't know how long, but it seemed like a while. And it just shows the tone shift in the series, because before, I mean, who would have thought, like, if you just watch the first half of it, or the first little bit of this, first 15, 16, even up till probably that episode, you would have never thought you would have seen this in Double Zeta. But so he locks himself in the core fighter, and then they finally pry it open because Rue's upset with them because he's not doing anything. And then when it opens, you just see him, and he's wrecked, and he's been like punching or smashing his head into the control panel of the core fighter. And I was like, dang, that's tragic. And I thought that scene was really good. Kind of showed how messed up he actually was from it.
It was kind of funny that, like, it sounded like they were struggling to get him out of there, like he locked it or something. But all it takes is a push of 2 buttons to open the fucking thing.
Oh, I think they kind of... Oh, go ahead.
I thought they were just like wanting him to come out by himself, not like forcing him.
Yeah. Agreed.
And you referenced the other 2 characters, Mondo and Bicha, who I hated for up until probably this point. But at this point, you see a tone shift or a shift in them too, their characters. They become a lot more sympathetic, I guess, because they like show that they care for Judo, and the fact that they tell Rue, "Hey, don't go over there. You know what happened to him. Respect his boundaries and respect him during this time. I mean, this is very hard for him." And they're showing that although they've had in the past like some horrible qualities to them, they're definitely advancing as characters. Huh?
They were traitors.
Yeah, so they did horrible things, and although it was so that they could get back home because they didn't want to be there, it's still horrible. And at this point, they're showing that they're more cooperative and helping out more, and they care about Judo, and I thought that was cool. So
it's probably the only moment with them I liked.
I started to warm up to them as they began helping out more and being actually part of the crew, and not just some terrible side characters that you're supposed to hate.
I mean, they tied a bunch of bombs to Judah.
Yeah. That was dumb.
They also convinced him to fucking strap grenades on himself.
Yeah.
But they actually turned out to help him, which was
He
actually saved his life. Yeah.
The bomb started.
They were like,
destroyed one of the.
But their plan worked.
Weren't they trying to screw him over?
Yeah, they were, but it worked. It was funny. Yeah. No, they tried to kill him.
Did they?
Yes. No, they said that if one of the other suits shot the bombs, they would all explode, and then he would explode too.
No, but then they said that they spaced it out so he wouldn't get caught in the explosion.
But they strapped grenades to him. They tried to convince him that it would be safe, but then like, oh, you better put grenades on there too, so he would blow up.
Is that what he said? I thought Judah just said, "Oh look, now I'm matching with his freaking Gundam."
No, they told him to.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but I mean,
well, let's also make a quick mention that Ino got caught in one of those cables, and Judo wasn't letting him into the cockpit.
Yeah, that was fucked up. but to be fair, he would have been screwed no matter what, because in the cockpit he's sitting right next to Judo, and he's strapped with a bunch of bombs on him too. So
yeah, but he's also not getting fired at
in space.
Yeah, or the he could pull hard enough, and then the cable just split him in half.
That too. Oh, we went off course.
Yeah, we did, but it's okay because we were talking about characters. But yeah, I lost a little respect for Rue.
Oh, definitely. She was way too forceful on Judo after her little sister died.
Yeah, and she acted dumb right after that by leaving and going to the village by herself.
She pulled an Amuro.
She did.
Mm-hmm.
But
also,
she's just trying to keep some people behind her by wearing the booty shorts.
She looks good in that outfit, though.
I don't like the side ponytail, but that's neither here nor there.
Anyway, it's also during this Rue going off on her own. Alrighty then.
Go ahead.
It's also during this part, during Rue's little escapade, that Beecha uses her as a human shield. Which, in fairness, he was using it on Glemmy, who we all know who would not shoot at Rue, but still kind of fucked up.
Yeah, but he destroyed the Bawa, the Glemmy's like OP mobile suit that was like wrecking them. He destroyed it.
Mark,
That was funny.
used one of his crewmates, friends even, as a shield.
And told her, "Hey, be proud. You're finally being useful."
When she's the pilot of the Zeta.
I know.
Dude, she was wrecking with the Zeta, but
She's good at Maxi Boost.
yeah, she was good. But let's get back on topic.
What is the topic, anyways?
Well, so while we're on the subject of them being in Africa, I want to mention how I'm impressed with it must be like the concept artists, character designers, or whoever who designed the characters, the side characters in this area, because they're in Africa, so they have black characters, and they don't over exaggerate any like stereotypical features that other anime would do. I would say, like, they don't give them all the things you probably are thinking of right now, and I'm not gonna say, but
They don't make them look like Usopp from One Piece.
no, they make them look like, like just black people, and it's cool. They give them like the hair and they're not like joke characters or anything. They're serious, and I am, for the time period that this came out in, like the 80s, I am very impressed, and I think and I think it gives this series a lot of respect that they didn't go that route, that they went with they just made them characters, which is really cool. And it's sad that I have to point that out. But I did notice it, and I do respect it.
Yeah.
Agreed. I also thought it was pretty cool how they added the prayer scene when they're in that town, like for the religion of Islam. That was good.
Yeah.
It was really feels like they were very conscious, like socially conscious when it came to making these, which is also interesting since it's Japanese, but that's really cool. Major props for that.
Right. So, how do I transition from that? Jesus. All right, let's go ahead and talk about one of the newer members of the Gundam team. In episode 17, we meet Judo's other little sister, or at least she wants to be. LPO, how do you want to call her?
Puru?
So, what can we say about Puru?
She's annoying.
Innocent.
One of us not like the other.
Yeah, she's annoying, and after Lena's death, I really didn't like her very much. But
she was trying to freaking kill her. That's fucked. I was like, in the back of my dark mind, I was thinking like, no, she's gonna go back there and she's gonna try to kill her right now because she wants Judo to alter herself. And then it actually happened, and I was like, I was shocked.
Lena started it. She's the one that grabbed the pipe. I was like all scared for her life, which
she was gonna go back there and snuff her. She's gonna put her down, and then she's like, "Oh, I feel better right now." And Lena closes her eyes, and then she puts that damn pillow over her face and just makes it quick and silent. But Lena knew what was going on, and she was gonna defend herself. And then Pudu got desperate and tried to take her.
She tried to choke her out too.
Yeah.
She didn't stop once Judo showed up. They had to like convince her to be family.
Yeah.
I really don't
I'll replace her.
I don't understand, because the series is so like realistic in some aspects, but then you introduce a character like her, and it just kind of throws everything off, because she's a
kid character.
I don't know. But she's so like, what am I trying to say? Like, not uncooperative and
illogical.
She makes issues for everybody and everything, and they don't try and do anything to her. She just does whatever she wants, gets away with whatever she wants, and she's just doing these horrible, violent things, like you guys mentioned, like trying to kill Lena. She
abandoning everybody in the desert.
Yeah, she tries a lot of the weapons.
Throwing the water over her and just like letting everybody. What was it?
All the kids and at access, because Judo won't play with her.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. At that point too.
She's so innocent.
She's trying to kill everybody. But I mean, I don't know if it's just because she's like a cyber new type and they like mind scramble her all the time, and that's why she's just like, she acts like like a toddler, but she's probably like what, like 10,
Probably.
and it's just really odd to see her. She's basically like a villain character. She's acting like a villain character, and they don't treat her like a villain character. They treat her like a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in a sense, she did kind of like betray the Axis while going with judo. So I guess that's
But she only cares about judo. She only cares about judo. Everyone else is like,
but so long as she cares
doesn't
about
care.
judo, she's on their side.
Yeah.
That's just really odd. I don't like the how they're introducing her and developing her as a character. It's just maybe next set she'll be better because she sees how Lena's death affects her. But her saying like, "Oh, I'll be your new sister now," it's just really weird.
But during those last couple episodes, she did seem to at least mellow out someone a bit more helpful.
Yeah,
but it was also like 2 episodes after her death, so.
And it's also because she got what she wanted and Lena's out of the way now.
Freaking Puru.
I don't know. Cyber new type. I actually thought she was gonna be a regular new type.
So did I.
I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't know. I just felt like I don't really want to see that whole the cyber new type thing. You know, told. You know, the Rosamia and Camille, the Four and Camille. Like I felt like they did it too many times, like in Zeta Gundam, and now they're doing it again here, which is I want to give it the pass because it's the first time it's being done in here, but at the same time I don't like Puru, and it was already done multiple times in Zeta alone, so I just feel like I've seen it too many times at this point, and she's just really unlikable. To me, she's just annoying. But
I guess I have to redact my statement that I made in last episode where I said that Axis probably doesn't use cyber new types because this proves it wrong, and Puru is a cyber new type.
Yeah.
Also, Shara could probably be a new type, cyber new type then.
I think he's a real one because he's not like crazy or anything.
Yeah.
That's Shara.
Oh yes, I thought you said Char.
Oh yeah, look at that! Another one in this series, Shara.
She's gone now. Who cares about her?
Yeah, she just they just left her on a planet and dipped.
Okay, can I bring this up right now? I think that they realize that these characters suck so bad they just abandon them, like Mashmeyer and Kara. They're just like, Mashmeyer not vibing well. Let's get rid of him. He just disappears, and then Kara, she's a little too annoying. Let's get rid of her. They just leave her on the moon.
Yeah, Mashmeyer will be back though.
And now the villain characters are good. Like
he's in Maxi Boost. He's in Maxi Boost. That's why I'm saying that he'll probably be back. I don't know for sure.
He's in Maxi Boost. He's literally coming back.
He has to. Otherwise, he got that spot in the roster for like 10 episodes where he didn't do anything.
He also doesn't have the same design, for the record.
Oh shit! See, I forgot about that.
So,
before we head into any of the other villains, I want to bring up Haman real quick. She was a villain that we met back in Zeta near the end.
Yes.
Now she's gotten a whole lot more screen time. What do you guys think?
I'd let her step on me. You know, I'm really feeling Haman this time. Same. I think she's way cool. You know, I'd let her be or I'd let her keep me as her number one slave.
Oh God.
She's really cool. She's
like that. I understand why Mashmeyer's like that. Damn.
Dude, yeah. Now I'm Mashmeyer. I'm simping for Haman. She's just really cool, and it's not even that. Like, I think that her character is like hot. I mean, in my opinion, I think she's a pretty character, but I just really like her presence and how she carries herself and how capable she is. I like her. That's all. I
like that she showed weakness.
Yes. Can I also bring up real quick? What the fuck was that thing that came out of judo?
It's the same thing that came out of Dozel.
Camille. Oh no.
Also, it's my ancestors.
I don't know. It's probably like Camille's new type power thing where he's creates a shield and
where he's going with Super Saiyan.
But I like that scene. I like that scene because it showed Haman showed fear, which is cool.
Yeah.
To show that she has a weakness. She wasn't just oh, who cares about your mystical powers? I also have them. Huzzah, take this. She was run for her life away from judo.
She shot at
and I was just
that ghost thing.
Yeah.
I was just run to me, Haman. I'll take the blow for you. Yeah, I'm mad simping for her right now. But
You know what I think? Haman Khan must be about 20 years old now.
Well, 21 now because it's been a year more or less.
Yeah. I don't know. She hasn't really done anything so far aside from be like a political leader. So
Yeah,
all we know of her is from Zeta and
she was trying to seduce Judah. Lucky bastard.
that's so weird.
Let's not forget about that.
It's so odd.
Yeah, it was pretty random. I did not see that coming.
Another one of those new type attraction things.
Dude, I told you, if you're a new type, you're automatically into other new types.
That was way more than a new type attraction. She was trying to groom him.
We could only wish.
But yeah, I mean, you guys said it. Her character's like, her presence is intimidating. Feels like she's not afraid to do what has to be done to get the job done. Like when she's gonna shoot Judo when he breaks into their like little like mansion thing.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not afraid to do anything, and that's pretty cool.
Indeed.
It's different than Mashimire. I'm so glad that they got away from him because now with these new intimidating characters, the stakes are raised and the show's just that much more enjoyable.
See, you do think that Glemmy is intimidating.
Slightly. He's more than Mashimire, but he's also dumb.
Dude, he's just after love. But he's still doing his job, so.
Well, while we're on the subject of Glemmy, Hamad and Glemmy had a bit of a talk, and she said kind of a weird little thing. She mentioned that the blood of the Zabi flows through them, well, through us, but talking to Glemmy. You know, what do you guys think of that? Do you think they're both like illegitimate children, or do you think it's like a Zeon solidarity kind of thing?
I think it's the solidarity.
That felt like such an important line.
This was probably an episode 19 or 20. He went to go talk to her, right?
It's the Pudity episode.
Yes, that's the one then. And oh, never mind. No, wait. When we meet her, or when she meets Judah,
yeah,
that's the same episode that she takes him back to the place, right, to look for Lena. Okay. Point is, it's important, and you guys touched on it. So,
they were jerking off to Haman Khan during that scene.
You know,
paying attention. All right.
No, I was paying attention. I read everything else. I just didn't catch that.
Grammy.
Go on Glemmy. No more simping for Haman. Glemmy had to glow up. Like straight up.
Yo, he got ranked up. He got mad XP.
No, he didn't get ranked up. He was like Anakin Skywalker. You could join the council, but will not grant you the rank of master. They put that man on a leash like 3 times. They got like 4 people watching over him.
He literally says he's a commander.
Yeah, but then she's like, she says out. She's like,
Lord Glemmy.
She's like, go Glemmy, go Commander Glemmy, and then she's also like turns to the side and is like, hey you, go watch him. He's dumb.
It's because he's not experienced, but it's still. Yeah, he's not. He's not dumb.
He's so dumb.
Nah.
He's in love with Rue and he won't do anything. He's simping hard for Rue and he won't do anything.
I don't know. If being in love with Rue is dumb, dude, I'm dumb.
Yeah, same.
Let's not start simping for Rue though.
Oh, he's stupid. He loses every fight because of Rue's there. You mentioned her. Hey, Rue piloted the Zeta once. You better not shoot it. He's like, oh God, I'm not going to shoot it then. Okay, you're right. And then he just gets shot down. He lost the Bawa because of Rue.
See, that's his kryptonite. That's the only way that they're beating him. So he's a force to be reckoned with.
They'd all be down. They'd all
exactly.
Be Goodbye, Gundam.
She is there.
Grim.
They should send him. They should send him on missions away from her. Then you know what? If we're talking about Maxi Boost, Glemmy's not even in Maxi Boost
yet.
I was thinking about that, and I was kind of teased.
No, he sucks. I don't like. I don't like Glemmy, but
I do like Glemmy.
Either way, he was still high ranking.
Tell me why you like Glemmy.
So,
because I don't like him.
He was still high ranking, and he didn't have an Anakin situation. He was legit high ranking, which was still funny, and it's weird, and I don't really agree with it because he's like a scrub. He's a level 1 scrub, and then they just he gets mad XP, and then just bursts up to freaking the level cap.
I feel as if Glemmy went from again, comedic little grunt back in the first batch to an actually intimidating presence that is still simping for Rue, but I do feel that he's a danger now.
I don't like him.
Alright, I'm not gonna lie. I don't really find him intimidating, but I find him to be more commanding of a presence than the other characters have been. and just more capable. I mean, he was able to do some pretty good stuff in terms of mobile suit combat against them. Like he's been a lot closer than Mashimire or whatever his name is. Like he was a lot closer to beating them, and
you guys also have to realize. You guys have to realize that most of the fights he has with these people, it's like them. They are all in core fighters the whole time until they transform into Double Zeta, and at that point, he just loses every single time. There's not even a fight.
He transforms into OP Maximus 100.
He's so impressive. He's so impressive. You could take out a couple jets that Amuro took out a whole squadron of in MGS. Or MSG. He's so impressive. I can't believe it. He can't even kill a core fighter. He's not impressive. Yeah. He's not.
Yeah, he was gonna smoke that other guy. What's his name? The other character that I hate. Which I wish he did.
Yeah, the two guys who don't know how to pilot a mobile suit. So impressive. This commander can't even take out two guys who can't pilot a mobile suit or a core fighter. He's so intimidating, and when he does like go 1v1, he still loses. Like when he's
but they're part of the Argama. If you're part of the Argama, you automatically have that halo of OP-ness. So you have plot armor.
Emma died.
Why are you bringing that up?
Yeah, but she didn't until the very end. So
because she was part of the Argama.
Listen, that was a tragedy.
Yeah,
it was. But Glemmy sucks.
Not Double Zeta.
Glemmy.
No, but sucks. he comes off as a better character than the other ones. Like, yeah. Okay, let's look at his competition. Mashmeyer, like you said, he's a simp and he's just like goofing off all the time. He's thinking about and jerking off about Haman all the time. They ejected him from the series. Yeah, and then who else was there? There was Chara, and then she's just like gets captured twice by the Argama crew, and she gets knocked out by somebody, doesn't she? And then she's smacking around Kum, or was it Shinta?
Yeah, Shinta.
Yeah, she's like smacking around Shinta in the freaking the whatever she stole to get out of there, which was funny. Anyway, yeah. That was his competition. Those two goofballs were his competition. He just right next to them, he looks way better.
Yeah,
he comes off way better.
What about that?
What about the one-off film?
The Dryson Squadron guy, Ronkin.
Who?
Didn't
that guy suck too?
What was his name?
He died, didn't he? Or no, he just did away with him too.
No, so before they landed, let's go ahead and just talk about the one-offs. So before they landed in Dakar, well, before they entered Earth in general, they were met with a Zeon force right above the Earth, and we meet a new guy called what's his name? Ronkon Dahak.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, he was pretty good.
This dude was fucking scary.
Yeah. See, that's an intimidating villain, not Glemmy.
Yeah, but he wasn't gonna stick around. Unfortunately, I got the vibe that he wasn't gonna stick around.
He's not dead.
I don't think he's dead, but I just don't think he's gonna be as prominent as he probably should be. Unfortunately, because I do agree that he would be better than Glemmy, but it is what it is.
Either or, the dude literally played chicken with the Argama while firing, and anytime any of his crew would get out of their seats, he'd point a gun at them and tell them if they're traitors. Like this dude.
This guy, I like this guy. He's a villain. He's someone I want to see more.
I sent a picture to him.
Yeah, I can agree.
I was like, "Yo, buddy, you're in the wrong series."
He is.
God damn this guy.
He reminds me of one of the older Zabi brother.
Over an hour. I have to do something. Right, I'll start over. So I really liked Masai, or however you pronounce it.
Masai. I don't know.
She was piloting a Gelgu that was originally her brother's, and she was out for revenge. So she used a bunch of traps and pretty much single-handedly took down the majority of the Gundam team until, Judo shows up. But still, she did really good.
She was doing a lot better than I thought she was going to be doing. And her story was tragic, which made her a compelling character.
Yes.
Judo ends up saving her, and then she just doesn't really know what to do.
Yeah, we see her like in like a cloak, like just kind of disheveled.
Floor.
I mean, it's sad, but I mean, that's why I like this part that we watched, because it had all these little stories in it of like world building and character development of characters that we won't necessarily see again, but it's still like built up the Argama characters as well as the world that they're in. Like you can see how drastic things are in Africa. There's multiple groups fighting and for power and like the Blue Team, Rommel Squad, and characters like Masai who have been affected by the war, which puts things in a bigger perspective that I liked.
Completely agree. made things feel really impactful, which is something that I felt like was kind of missing during the first batch of episodes.
Yeah,
So,
it definitely was. I'm getting Zeta vibes, I guess. So, which is a good thing because I was severely missing that.
I really feel like this might not end up like. Well, I feel it's gonna be a lot of death. So
that's I'm glad that you said that you're getting the Zeta vibes things, because that's exactly what I was thinking. I was gonna say that this part, hopefully it keeps going on, but based on like this part of the series that we're on, it feels like the old Gundams, but like in the good way. Like it feels like it has all the good stuff from those Gundams, like what makes Gundam Gundam. And I'm just spamming Gundam right now, but like, it's that good, impactful feeling with good story and compelling characters and good action.
I don't really think there's gonna be a lot of death on the Argama side, though.
No, I don't think so.
He's gonna die. I feel like Ino's gonna die, and I don't want Ino to die.
Yeah, or one of the Bicho Armando. But
if I had to pick one of those two, I'd say Bicha can die.
Picking characters for a Deadpool.
$10 says Mondo. I do really hope that none of them die.
No, I'm starting to like them all.
Mondo can stay alive. I won't mind. But if Bicha dies, I won't mind either.
Oh, since we're already talking about future, since we're heading into the last batch of Double Zeta, anything you guys are expecting?
More Haman, definitely. I think that after the events of the ceremony thing they were holding, she's going to be a more prominent character of realizing that judo is a threat and extremely powerful in terms of new type abilities. Probably reminds her a little of Camille. So I think that she'll be more prominent. Hopefully get into like a couple mobile suits so we can see some action with her. I feel like something's gonna happen with Glemmy where he's gonna flip a switch, because they've been building up his like him as someone who is after Rue and kind of comedic, but I feel like the last episode we watched with him in it, he definitely flipped a switch when he just beats that like Adonis guy up. The guy who looks like a Greek figure.
I honestly thought he looked like Shark.
I don't know. He looked like chiseled, but that guy, he like goes off on him, and I feel like that's kind of a shift in his character, like being with Blue Team, seeing their struggles, hardships, and not being able to fulfill their will. I think that's gonna propel him into more of a threatening character. I hope.
What if Glemmy is the last boss instead of Haman?
He might be.
He can't. He won't, dude. He's not in Maxi Boost.
Not. True. We just got our spoilers. We gotta stop playing Maxi Boost.
So, but yeah, I feel like the story is gonna really pick up. Things are gonna start getting intense. Hopefully, we go back into space, and so I don't know. I feel like it's gonna get pretty good from here on out.
I honestly think we may just be staying on Earth, and if we go back into space, it's just gonna be in orbit.
Okay.
But
I'll be okay with that.
I hope Mashmeyer comes back.
He will.
That's it for me.
If he comes back, I hope he's more serious of a character.
He's gonna be serious, dude. He's gonna be extra serious in pursuing.
If anything,
Haman.
I want him to come back after Haman dies. That would be cool, because then he'd be pissed.
Yeah, he'll be pissed, and he's gonna go into bloodlusted rage mode.
Maybe he'll get Ghost new type powers. He'll get possessed by Haman, and then she'll try to take her revenge
Exactly. He'll live the dream.
of having. I'm not gonna go there.
Well, that's Mark pretty much covered everything about how we should be looking forward to it. But I'm gonna take us in a little bit of a separate direction and bring up the fact that the Hyaku Shiki made an appearance in this series.
Oh yeah, we forgot.
First off, I gotta say, they fucking disrespected that masterpiece that's piloted by one of the best, Quattro Bajida, otherwise known as Shar Azdabal. They completely disrespected him by giving that brilliant, sexy mobile suit to Bicha.
Where did they get it?
To that little beach.
Well,
How?
I did say at
Why?
the end of Zeta it was floating, so I guess they salvaged it.
Yeah, but only like the chest piece was floating.
They can fix it.
I
They
guess
designed
so.
it.
But still, it's just weird that it just randomly shows up. It's like, oh, hey, here's a Hyakushiki. Remember that from Zeta? Now things are going to start getting good because we're bringing in things from Zeta.
Judo did start using the Zeta more often.
He did. I was going to say that. I was going to say I like how he diversifies his arsenal. He's like, Zeta seems like it's better for this mission. I'm gonna use that. Double Zeta seems like it's better for this. Let me just go ahead and use that real quick.
Yeah. Also, there were a few parts in which you see the double Zeta, the Zeta, and the Mark II like in the same shot, and it's really cool to see them.
Huge.
Yeah, like I don't know, it was really cool seeing them together. I know the Mark II isn't exactly the original Gundam, but I mean it still does look a lot like it. So it just gave me those kinds of vibes, like seeing the three protags on the screen, and just like it was a good feeling. It was a little bit of fan service that I appreciated. Probably wasn't even necessarily their intention, or maybe it was for all I know, but it was cool. Just something I wanted to throw in.
Oh, anything more to add?
Nope, I think that's good. So, all right, everybody, that wraps up today's episode. Go ahead and give us a follow over on Instagram at Zaku Talku, on Twitter at Zaku Talku, and make sure to follow us on Spotify or wherever you get your podcast. We'll be back next week with the conclusion to Mobile Suit Gundam Double Zeta.